Okay, so this is a test. I haven't done this before. Um, so bear with me. I'm just getting, this is a little out of focus for a while. But eventually, I think when we see Jimmy as a little kid, get into focus. Now this is the sixth video of the 6th annual parade. I'm going to try to tell you who I see here. It's a little hard. I think it's Mr. Gearling, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe not. Uh, this, I believe, is the 6th annual. So what's that? 64 or something? There's Mom, of course. Getting very close to the point where we start seeing people in focus. Getting very, very close to that. Bear with me. Here we go. That's Jim. I'm almost positive. It looks like Mary pushing him. And Roy Bodeker, Aunt Rose, forget the lady in the middle. I believe that's me carrying the flag. It's the 6th annual. That's Bill Leslie carrying the American flag. I was carrying the sign. I think that's me. Jack Sumi and Rick Fox. A lot of people wearing those funny hats. Must be given away. Don't know that girl. Lots of shots of little kids here that I don't know. Bill Leslie again. I remember Mom and Dad used to point out everybody. I'm just no good at it. Jim being pushed by Dave. Jim will drool here in a second. Yeah, no teeth. Guess that's why Dad closed up on that. And I think we're coming back, well, obviously from Mass. Mom's got the head covering on. That's Pete, that's me, that's a very upset John. But he shows a medal here. I don't know what that's about. Aunt Rose and Mom. Looking good. I remember Uncle Ken smoked all the time. Alright, now we're moving on to the next parade. And again, I'll focus in just a second. And I think this one is the next year. 7th. John Bodeker. Lots of fancy bikes. And I remember, yeah, there's like Helen and Doris back there. 7th annual. Dad might have to help you with what year this is. I'm thinking it's like 65 or 6. There's Dad. I don't know who those guys with him are. I guess Mom was taking this. This is Gearling and the Gearling Kids. The band's coming out, and I think Mr. Stack's, I may be wrong here. I remember Mr. Stack was a Chevrolet salesman. And I think that's him driving the car, but I can't be sure. Obviously, Mr. Tenges with the tuba. I think that's Jim Bodeker, Dr. Jim, in the white sailor cap playing in the band. That's Mike Solowski and me. Mike Solowski with the firecracker on the front of his bike. Mom. Betty and John. Bodeker. Bird. Uncle Saw, right? And Beth Bodeker and Uncle L. Grandma over there. This is only here for a second. I didn't run to the camera quick enough to turn it off. Here we go. Well, that's me carrying the flag. I think that's Pete behind me carrying one of those signs. Not sure. I think this is, we've skipped to the 9th annual parade. Again, I'm only guessing at the year, but I'm thinking this is 67. Got a marching band this time around. Mrs. Alessi, with the white hair there. Mr. Gearling pushing one of his kids. Bob Burton, there with the bald head. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can. Uncle Ken. I think that's John beating the bass drum, and maybe that's David pulling it. Maybe it was me, but I think I'm carrying a flag in this one. That was Pat Noser and um, John Pratt back there a little bit, really quickly, but they're there. There's Jim, that nice little candy stripe jacket. This is Alessi again. Mr. Geerling and Mrs. Geerling. Here's Mom. Pom Pom Squad. I think I saw Mary Kay in there. There's Mr. Schultze in the red cap there. That looks like Mr. Lessie in the marching band, John beating the drum. I think Mr. Lessie played the trumpet most years. And I think our older relatives who didn't want to walk were in the cars following everything. That's Dan. Okay, moving on. I believe this is our last parade. Pretty sure. And I believe this is the one that's the 11th, which is 1969. Not positive, but pretty sure. There's Mr. Lessie again. You can barely see him. This film gets clearer. I don't know why it's so dark, but this is the way it came across in the projector. See all of a sudden. And there's John's friend Redmond, Mike Redmond, right? Which makes me think maybe it was John's freshman year in high school. Marching band, we had little plastic vests on. Mr. Tenges again. I believe that's Don Fox carrying one was signed. I thought I carried one too, in memory. Don't recognize the Scouts. I slowed this down just a little bit because it was so jerky when it was up to speed, and it was really hard to see people. So the projector that Dad got and I now have, it has adjustable speeds. Sometimes it helps, I think. So we're going in front of Kashmir here. Notice there's not many people watching. It seems like everybody's in the parade. And this is down the hill by Flick's house on Hallwood. I think Tom Noser's carrying the bell. I was standing next to him carrying a different sign. Pete might have been carrying one of those. Let's see if I see anybody here. There's Rick Fox in the orange shirt there walking in front of the camera. He got taller since the last time we saw him. Some of these faces I recognize, but I just can't find the name. There's Mrs. Geerling again. I can always pick her out. And Dick Fox. There's a lot of people. They're still coming around the corner up there. There's the band. And here's Easter. This is the very end of my little clip here. We're all in it. 69, right?